that entrepreneurs all around the world just want to be seen, heard, and provide great service? Well, I know that there is an expo that's going on to help entrepreneurs all around the world do just that and much more. Hi, I'm Dr. Lotus Roche. I'm the CEO of Lotus Roche Life Coaching and Consulting, along with being the show host of the Lotus Roche Night Show, news you can use and bring who you are. And today I'm bringing to you some amazing information about the Black Business Expo USA, hosted by none other than the remarkable Dr. Eric Kelly.
Mr. Pugh.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Pugh, how you doing? Two things. You're gonna be sitting in your office chair, or where are you gonna be at? And I
Yeah,
might have to
yeah.
put another link in the chat, and you might have to click on that as well because the computer is having a glitch. But that's not on you. That's on me.
Say that again.
Depending on how comfortable you are with computers, and Tracy is, um, we can just go with the show as is, and I can do some editing, or I can create another link. But I didn't want to give you a headache if you're not comfortable with going to another link. It's the same link. It's just a matter of clicking on it and us creating another link because this computer link was acting crazy. But I fixed it.
Okay.
So it's
Well,
just a question of how comfortable you are.
I'm comfortable. I'm fine.
Okay. Okay. In that case, I'm gonna create another link. I'll put it in chat, and when she gets here, we'll just jump on that link. But it'll be the same format and everything.
So do I have to
You don't
click
have to
on
move
another?
anything. All you gotta do is click the same computer, the same everything else. You would just click on the new link, and we'll just go into the room, into the other room, and everything.
All right, so get out of this one.
After I put the new one on chat, so don't get out of here yet. Wait till I put it in chat and wait till she comes here. Because if she's comfortable, we might just edit this part out, and I might just do that because it's quicker that way as well.
All right.
We just wait for Tracy, and we'll decide
Okay.
at that point. How
Okay.
you doing? Where you at?
I'm at the crib.
No, I meant in the Carolinas. Where are you at? I'm
Oh
here in
yeah,
Durham.
yeah, yeah. And Clayton.
Clayton. Okay,
Yeah, yeah. I live in Clayton.
cool.
Born and raised in Raleigh though.
Okay, gotcha. Cool.
How about you? Where you at?
I'm here in the Bull City in Durham.
In Durham. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I was born in Durham, raised in a little small town called Warrenton, but been back in Durham most of my adult life ever since like the mid 20s.
Warrenton. I heard of Warrenton.
Up there near Henderson, Car
Oh
Lake,
yeah.
all that area.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, I got you.
yeah.
So how long Tracy been doing this?
This is a new project for her. I think this is about her second or third show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was doing like I think a radio podcast, but then she really likes the TV vibe, so she was trying something new and everything.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
cool. I just got off the phone with her, so she says she should be in here any second. You know how the women are; they got to get all dolled up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Takes them at least an hour,
Right.
sometimes more.
Right. Right.
Cool. Just get comfortable. I'm gonna bounce you off, and like I said, I'm not sure what her instructions gonna be, but yeah, the office looks good, and I know y'all are gonna kick it about the office and your work and all of that, and just life, because that's kind of what her show is about the highs and lows of business and life and all of that. So I'm gonna create that extra link in case she wants to do that. But I'm thinking right now that I'll just have y'all go straight forward, and I'll just edit out this portion, and we'll just get right to the show portion.
Okay.
Cool. I'm gonna bounce off, and when she gets here, we'll make a decision. But I'm gonna create the link just in case.
Okay.
Cool. Hey, Tracy.
Hey, Mom. Can you? Is it too much bright light?
Let me see what you got there.
Is it too bright?
I didn't think it was too bright.
Too bright?
I don't
Too
think it's too
close?
bright.
Okay. I mean, is it all right? Because I had to take the backdrop and stuff down.
I think that's good.
Okay, I got to do one thing. Where's
Pew's right here.
I got to get my notes. Hold on.
Oh, okay. She's got to get her notes. You got a chance to do 2 ticks. You still there with your notes? You still there with the notes? You ready, Tracy?
No. Yes. Hold on. I got one thing to do.
Okay.
I just
Take your
got to
time.
fix the studio part. I can't see something. This is the right camera. Okay. Now let me see if I got the right microphone.
Okay.
The microphone. Don't look at my fat stomach. Okay. All right. Where's Chris?
He's here.
What?
He's here.
How come I don't see? Oh wait, there it is.
There's Chris.
Hey,
What's up?
how you doing?
All right.
You nervous?
Now you got this Pew Builders is taking up a great portion of the screen. Hold on, let me adjust the
Oh,
camera.
you talking about the name at the bottom?
Yeah. Hold on, let me.
Well, you got your pink hammer. I can also give y'all the just regular blank background if that's what you want.
Oh yeah, I don't want that pink hammer showing.
I mean, the other background is let's see what we got here. That can work for your show till we get a better one. We don't want sports. We don't want that. Probably just do the plain background.
Is there any way you can move the Pew Builders over to the other side of the screen?
Move what?
The words Pew Builders to the other side of the screen?
They always go left to right, but I am going to have a banner because she sent that to me, and that'll be running directly underneath your name, complete with the what she sent me was your Instagram page and everything. So I'm actually going to put that on there now.
All right.
And it can either run as a stream. I'll show you what it'll look like, and you can tell me which one you like better.
Testing.
First, I got to get the text.
Testing. How do I know if it's working? Last time it was using the computer audio and not my microphone.
Now I think about it.
Sounded so bad. All right, y'all.
But hold on a second. See the text that she sent me. That's the Facebook page.
It isn't working. Testing. Shit. Testing. Oh, it is working.
What just happened? I'm talking about the Chris's computer. Yes.
Huh?
That was not what we.
Say that again, man.
Your computer just did something weird, and I was trying to figure out what was going on your side.
My computer did something weird.
Chris's.
Alrighty. God.
Pew Builders Academy.
I can't see myself. I hate when I can't see myself.
You're trying to be perfect again.
The technical problems of putting the show in.
These things happen. No need to panic. That's what we're going to do. Chris, it can either look like that or going across the screen as a ticker, like a ticker version, or we can do without the ticker, which hold on one second, do the editing and put without ticker. Or it can look like, hold on a second. Or it can look like that.
You got to put a C behind the G. You got Pew Builders G Academy.
Pew Builders.
It's GC Academy.
GC Academy. I can make that edit. But GC Academy is what you said?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a quick edit. That is no.
And let's run it across the bottom, because when you put it up like last, it just blocked me out.
Yeah, I was agreeing. There you go.
Yeah.
Cool.
Now you got Pew Builders. That's wrong.
Hold on a second.
That's Pew Builders. Something.
Let me see what she wrote. I was trying to type it according to what she wrote.
Okay. It's Pew Builders GC Academy.
Pew Builders GC Academy. Right?
Academy.
Yeah. That's what it says, but I will double check on your Facebook. Pew Builders, plural. Pew Builders. GC Academy. Yeah, that's what it says. I probably just was going across too fast. Let me show it to you without the banner, and you can tell me if that's right, because it might just be because it was going across the screen so fast. But hold on a second. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, I see what you're saying now. I see now what
Yeah.
you meant. The C is not there. I got you.
You got Pew Builders Academy. Well, yeah, the
Mhm.
C won't there.
The C one there. I got you. Now that I see that, I see exactly what you meant. GC. All right, Mr. Chris?
Pew Builders GC Academy. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, cool. And you said you prefer it to running across, which I agree that does look better. So
Yeah.
I'll have it running across. So that just means go into the thing that
Look,
says
I'm about to get on my computer because my tablet keep telling me my
and that might have been why
what
it was pixelated.
yeah, talking about it's about to update.
Gotcha.
Mark, what are you listening to?
Dr. Kelly's event.
Oh,
Tammy Hall talking about how to get government grants.
how to do what?
Get government grants
Oh,
in the state of North Carolina.
okay, y'all.
Yeah, I'm gonna sign off of this.
And go to your laptop.
Yeah,
I mean your desktop.
yeah,
Cool, no problem.
yeah, yeah,
Tracy's gonna breathe.
yeah, yeah.
Chris is
I'm
cool
not
as a
breathing. I forgot I'm not breathing.
Chris is cool as a cucumber. Tracy's gonna breathe.
I can't see it. Why can't you make it like fit the whole screen?
What I can do, come back here and I'm gonna show you what I can do.
Because I can't see myself.
Well, hold on. I'm here to show you what I can do. When the two of y'all are on the screen,
Uh-huh.
I can do this if I remember how it's done. When the two of y'all are on the screen, I can do that, depending on who's talking. Or do you prefer the side by side? Those are your choices when it's two of y'all.
I just need. Am I looking straight in the camera
Yes, you're looking straight in the camera.
right now?
Uh-huh.
Okay. And I think I'm good.
Okay. And the other option is that way of doing things.
I like that way.
Okay, we'll go that way. Cool. But yes, you were looking at the camera.
Okay. You can't see anything that's in front of me right now, right?
I cannot see a thing in front of you.
Okay.
You got notes or anything like that? I do not see it.
Okay. You don't see my stomach, my fat right here.
I did not see that either, but you need to stop it. You know that you don't even need to go there.
I do. And don't have me looking fat. Like, I'm going to back this camera. Move it up.
You look perfectly fine. Stop the madness.
You always say that.
It's the truth. Stop the
I don't
madness.
believe you anymore.
Stop the madness. We cannot hear you, Chris. See, he can hear us, but we can't hear him. Hear you. Until I bring you up. Let's see what I'm getting ready to bring him up. Now we can hear you. Oh, try to say something, Chris.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We hear you. Yep.
Okay, okay.
Cool. If
All
you're
right.
backstage, we can't hear you.
I can't. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. That was not a good shot. Where? Sorry about that.
All of this is being edited out until we get to the show part.
It better be, because it's gonna be an issue. I see my Aunt Marie. She's 75. She'll be calling. She said, "I know that wasn't you standing all in the camera."
All the banter that we're doing now will be edited out. That is a quick edit. Just tell me when you're ready. Tell me when you're ready, and I'm gonna do the 30-second spot, and then you're gonna come on and you're gonna introduce Chris.
I'm not ready. Okay, I got to stop being nervous.
Stop being nervous.
Say something.
I'm ready.
Chris is cool as a cucumber.
He is. He don't play. This is small stuff. All right. Okay. Okay, y'all. I am ready.
Ready. Okay. Taking everybody off. Going to do the 30-second spot. If we have to do a couple of takes, that's cool. Like I said, that's why they got editing equipment. So, but right now we're going to go with the 30 seconds. So I'm taking everybody off. And as soon as that 30 seconds is done, you come on, Tracy, and then you bring on Chris. And I stay back in the cut. Let's do this.
Hi, everybody. It's me, Tracy Pinkham and Mebane, and welcome to Entrepreneur Pinks and Blues. I'm so excited today to bring on our guest. And the reason is because we all know that one of the hardest things when you're purchasing investment properties or having upgrades done to your house, one of the hardest things is to find a good general contractor. The reason that I love Chris is because Chris saw that there was an issue with great general contractors out there. I mean, that has been one of the biggest complaints, me as a realtor, me as a flipper. This has been one of the biggest complaints. So it's so great that Chris, he is the founder of the Pew Builders GC Academy. So he is not just talking it, but he's actually teaching it so that we can have a new group of entrepreneur general contractors that know how to do what they're supposed to do, and they get it done right the first time. So I'm so excited that he's in. Chris is the founder of the academy. He is also a general contractor. He also mentors and he teaches and he guest speaks around the United States. And I believe I'll let him tell you, but I believe that his academy is based out of Tennessee. So anyway, y'all, thank you. I'm so happy. I'd like to introduce you to Chris. And Chris, why don't you say hi to everyone?
Hello. What's up, everyone?
Yeah, hey, this is my contractor right here. So Chris, okay, so I guess this show is called Entrepreneur Pinks and Blues, and the pinks being the lows. I'm sorry. I scratched that. I don't know. The pinks are the highs and the blues are the lows. It's my show and I still, whatever. So I know as a contractor throughout your career, because I know that you right now you're building entrepreneurship inside of the people that you're teaching at your academy.
Right.
So why don't you tell them a little bit about yourself?
All right. First, I want to make a disclaimer. The academy is based out of Raleigh, North Carolina. Okay. And we just opened our first class in Memphis, Tennessee last week. So it's based out of Raleigh, but it's soon to be a national brand.
I believe in that. Yes. That's good to claim. So okay. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your history? Like, how long have you been a general contractor?
I got into building in 2005, but I've been a licensed general contractor since 2008.
Wow, that's been a long time. So,
Yeah,
and you work in the Raleigh area, right? Am I correct when I say you build new construction in the Triangle area?
yeah, yeah.
Okay,
For the last 3 years, going on 4 years, we've been building downtown Raleigh with the city of Raleigh in their affordable housing program.
nice.
Um, we in North Carolina, our ranges from Greensboro to Rocky Mount, Fayetteville to Wake Forest. Currently, we're always looking to expand. Like I said, we're out in Memphis, Tennessee. We're looking at going to a few other cities in Tennessee and South Carolina as well.
Wow, that's a pretty big territory. So, I'm sorry, you guys getting feedback? No. Okay, you're good. Okay. All right. Sorry about that, Chris. A little technical glitch sometimes on the
That's okay.
feedback on my end.
That's
Okay,
okay.
so I mean that's a long time. So you actually got to see Raleigh evolve.
Oh man. I'm from Raleigh, born and raised. So, you know, I'm 50 years old for 30 years, 30 to 40 years of my life. It's always been country Raleigh. And,
Mhm.
I saw in 2000 where the city of Raleigh had an initiative where they wanted to upgrade the Civic Center. And that's kind of what, um, enticed me to look into getting into real estate and eventually building because I saw where the city of Raleigh had plans to kind of upgrade. And
Oh,
now it's the number one market in the country.
it really is. I mean, I can't even believe. I remember when I first moved here, Carrie still had chickens in the road.
Yeah,
So, I
yeah.
mean, it's just, I mean, everything is just exploding in this market. So, generally speaking, why don't you tell me a couple of things? First, I want everyone to get to know you because
Okay.
um, the thing is that you're here in Raleigh and you're doing big things. But in order to get where you are right now,
Uh-huh.
I'm sure you've had to explore a lot of different challenges, highs and lows. Um,
Oh yeah.
why don't you tell us about your evolution as a GC, as a man in construction in this in the state, or now it's even expanded past the state of North Carolina. Go ahead and let them get to know you. Tell them you're a little bit about yourself.
Well, as you can imagine, like I said, I got my license in 2008. That was the beginning of the Great Recession.
Hmm.
So I knew when I got involved in 2005 that I wanted to focus and become a custom single family home builder. But, unfortunately in 2008, the bank shut down construction lending. They cut down the providing mortgages for home buyers. So the single family construction lane was pretty much just null and void in 2008. So I had to focus on other things. I knew this is what I wanted to do. I knew it was going to be a lifetime proposition for me. So I focused on a lot of rehab projects.
How
I was a
did
lot more
not,
hands-on.
not to interrupt you, but how did you like that the rehab stuff?
Well, back in during that time, I mean, I loved it because, it was providing income, and it was keeping me busy, and I was learning, because I had a guy who was, master carpenter, master tradesman,
Hmm.
and he actually still works with me for this day to this day. So a lot of times I would just go and solicit jobs and get jobs, and he and I would go knock them out. So, um, I mean, I knew I wasn't, that wasn't the position I was going to be in long term, but for that time, you know, in the Great Recession. I loved it.
Okay. Okay.
And
So
still do.
you still do. So after that period where you were doing rehabs, because the housing market basically came to a screeching halt,
Mm-hmm.
what was the next step?
The
Because then
next,
it opened back up.
well, the next step, I remember it was about 2011, 12. I started focusing on nonprofits that assisted individuals in getting homes. So I was able to partner with a program called NACA.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And my pitch to NACA was, you know, for the clients that y'all approve, instead of them trying to go find a house, I'd be, you know, willing to and open to building them houses. So that was when the transition from remodels and repair work to new construction began, which, you know, of course, at the time, I didn't have a lender. I didn't have my sub base intact. So I had to partner with existing GCs who were a little more established than I was. But, we figured it out. We worked it out. And I was able to start, you know, the process of building from the ground up.
Nice. Okay, so now let's fast forward to now, and then because I'm going to go back through, I'm going to ask you what your pinks and your blues were, and
Okay.
I want you to tell me the honest truth. But for right
Okay.
now, why don't you just tell everybody, because one of the biggest concerns that I have in any of my investor groups, of course, finding the house, you know, once you find the house, you close on the deal, then you have this house here, or you have a piece of land, an undeveloped piece of land,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have to find the contractor.
Right.
And even though there are so many people claiming
Mm-hmm.
to be professional contractors,
Yeah. Yeah, I
people are
like
getting
that.
burned and burned and burned and burned. And it is, I mean, the job sites are being left. No one's showing up halfway through it. People are leaving. The thing I like about you is that you tell the truth. You knew that there was a problem with finding a good contractor. You didn't deny it or act like it wasn't any of your business. So why don't you tell everyone about your GC Academy?
I started the GC Academy to kind of like provide the kind of mentorship that I feel is absent when you get into general contracting. You can go to community college and pick up electrical license, a plumbing license, or or heating and air certification. But there's nowhere you could go to learn the trade of becoming a general contractor. Because when I was, early in my career, I looked for these type of programs and mentorship opportunities, and there really wasn't none there, and I kind of was forced to kind of learn the game on my own. I had a few mentors, but they didn't really see it on the scale that I did at the time. And one thing, Tracy, that I said to myself when it was time for me to commit full time, I said, I saw how a lot of other contractors that I had partnered with, how they acted, how they treated the clients. And, I saw a lot of things that they did that I didn't agree with. And, and I said to myself that, if I just do what I say I'm going to do, I'll be okay, because I saw a lot of contractors that wasn't doing what they said they was going to do and the problems it caused for clients. And that was the first, that was the first indication where I felt like, I can do okay in this, because I've always been the kind of person that, I'm gonna do what I say I'm gonna do.
Right. And that's one of the things that I absolutely love about you. If you say you're gonna do it, you do it. And I've known you a few years, and I just see you growing and adding on, not falling off. I mean, I know in this business, as an entrepreneur, as someone who has to create their own income, there are times when you probably just chew your own foot off because the stress is unbelievable. So I'm gonna start with the blues first. And I need it. Listen, Chris, I need a Carolina blue, like a blue.
Like my shirt, my hat.
Yes, there you go.
Okay.
There you go. So go ahead and give me a scenario, an experience that you had where you felt like I'm going to give up. Or if you said I'm not going to give up, you were like, why am I doing this? But we've all had those crossroad moments as entrepreneurs, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I've had a few of those along the way. I'll say one big situation where I kind of I like to say I was forced out of. I almost quit this 4 times in 16 years, and 2 times I feel like I was being forced out, and 2 times I was just going to drop. I was just going to drop the ball and just go try to do something else. One of those incidents was I was working with some investors. This was, around 2014, 15, where, like I said, I didn't have the banking relationships. I didn't have a steady team of subs. So as a general contractor, I wasn't really set up to be an independent general contractor. I needed partners. I needed investors who could go and get the funding from the banks. So I was working on 3 houses for an investor in Durham. And, around this time, investors started transitioning from flipping houses to wanting to get with contractors such as myself and start building houses.
Right.
But they're controlling the money. So I was doing 3 houses for a guy in Durham. And the first house we started, we was the day that I was dropping off flooring. And the second house, we had just did the mechanical rough ends, heating, and electrical, and plumbing before we do the drywall. And the third house was just framed. At that time, he decided that he could finish the houses from that point. Mind you, he was flipper, so he just couldn't come out the ground. But he could finish a house, from buying a house, gutting it out, and taking it back. So when I got the houses to that point, he didn't want me involved anymore. And I was, I'm the type of non-confrontational type of individual. So I was like, okay, that's fine if you want to finish the houses. But the problem was he didn't want to pay the invoices that was due up to that time. And his reluctance to pay the invoices left me owing about $50,000 to $75,000 to various subs and vendors. And I'm gonna tell you, Tracy, that was I had never owed nobody that much money in my life.
I know that's right.
I couldn't sleep. That was a time that I was almost forced out of the game because I didn't know how I was going to pay these people back. I didn't know how I was going to recover from that. And a friend of mine, one of my GC buddies, older guy, he said to me one day, he said, Chris, you just got to keep building. And then I thought about it and I said, you know what? I do make money when I build the houses. I just got to keep building. So that's what I did. I just kept building. It took me a while to get back into the spirit to keep building. I probably went into a deep depression for about 4 months. I was floored. I didn't see that train coming.
Right.
That was probably my biggest blue since I've been in construction. Not my only one, but I never owed nobody that much money behind all of the other blues.
Right.
But yeah, that was, and then I didn't know my worth, so I wasn't charging him.
There you go.
I was totally cheating myself. And what that lesson taught me was, you can't offer enough of a discount to make the deal go good.
Say that again.
You can't offer enough of a discount to make the deal go good.
I hope my
You know,
entrepreneurs are listening.
oh yeah, yeah. You got to know your worth, know your value, stand on it, and you might not get as many customers, but you don't want a plethora of customers. You want quality customers. You
Right.
want customers that appreciate what you bring to the table, and are fine paying you what you say your fee is.
And what's so crazy is that in me being the real estate agent, and then I do small renovations, nothing like you do, but mostly with me is project management. For a while there, I was actually hands-on, but that's a whole nother. But you hear more stories about how investors get burned by the contractors. People rarely ever tell the story of how they burn the contractor.
Right.
When we're at our investor meetings, everybody's an angel.
Right.
It's always the contractor's fault.
Right.
They don't talk about how they didn't get the materials there on time. They didn't pay the invoice so he could pay his guys so that they can come back to work. They don't talk about breaking promises, changing plans, dropping the ball, running out of funding, and all the terrible things that they do. Where now, mind you, they have their income for their household still coming in. This is the way you generate your income for your household.
Yep.
And when they pull the plug or do something wrong, it's personal for you. This is your livelihood. This is your way of life. So
that's correct.
But you don't hear these stories, So here it is, people. You got to treat your general contractor right when they're doing right. And when they're doing right, because Chris quick to say, I'm not getting in no mess. I'm not touching that.
I done been there and done that.
Something he can't shine on and make you shine on and make you get your money back from your investment. And that's real. And that's the type of thing that you're teaching at your academy. Integrity, standing up and keeping your word and being the best at not just your craft, but at the professional business part of it.
Yes. We teach at our academy, we teach treat our subs as partners. Treat our lenders as partners. Treat our vendors as partners. Because without the subs who are doing 99.9% of the construction of the homes, we ain't building no houses. Without our lenders, without our vendors, we're not building any houses. So a lot of contractors, they have an ego apparatus about them where they think, I'm the big fish. Everybody work for me. I control this, that, and other. But they're not swinging one hammer.
Don't play me. You lucky me over there. You over there.
So I just like I've got guys been working with me for 12 years, 5 years, 9 years, because I treat them as partners and I treat them as that I'm no better, I'm no more important as the GC as they are in the equation. And they appreciate that, and that's what we teach at the academy, that, once you're doing enough projects and you got enough cash flow going, you know how people, money make you feel like, you on top of everything.
Right. Money will turn a frog into a prince quick.
You know what I'm saying? So I just teach the individuals that come to the academy about staying humble, making sure you pay your guys, you know what I'm saying? And, making sure you pay your vendors and that, you just keep a nice little synergy going with your team. I teach them about the difference between an A team, a B team, a C team, and a D team.
Okay.
Your A team subs is the subs that you don't have to babysit. Those are the subs that ain't asking you for money before the job is done.
Oh my God, do I hate that? You get paid on Friday, by Tuesday, all their money is gone, and they asking for money and catching an attitude because there's no money to be given until the next payday.
Right. You know, subcontractors that need money up front. You know, I provide all the material, so what am I paying you up front for?
Right.
So I don't deal with, I call them E-team subs. I don't deal with subs that always talk money before the job is done and need any money up front. I you know, because I've done that in the past, and you would think that, oh, okay, I'm creating loyalty by looking out and giving them a few $100s before they start the job, but it never ends right.
Never ends right. And then you think that it's helping them with their gas, their lunch, until they get their first check or the first draw,
right,
or whatever, but then it's not for that. And again, there's too many to count of the subs that act like that. Okay?
That's right. You know, and so it's taken me years to craft my A-team subs, but they trust that they're gonna get paid. So, you know, and what you establish when you create that trust is there's always a reason for a subcontractor to have to go back to a job. And it ain't because they didn't do something right. Maybe the sub behind them had to alter their work to get his work done, and you need the guy to come back and just touch it up. Well, if you ain't paying your guys, they not coming back.
Right. That's right.
You know, and or if they feel like, man, I had to chase them down so long to get that check, I don't want him to owe me no more money, so I'm not going back.
Right.
You know, it's all sorts of you know, it's all sorts of ways and avenues how the trust is fractured between the GC and the sub. And you know, some general contractors they shop for prices. You know, a lot of investors.
What does that mean? Shop for prices.
Well, that means, and I get calls sometimes where folks will say, "Hey, I want a quote on something," and I tell them, "Well, how many quotes you looking for? 3? Well, go get your other 2 quotes. Go get them first, because it takes time to quote a job, and in today's volatile material pricing market, if I give you a quote today and we don't buy that lumber for 3 months, now you trying to hold me to what I told you 3 months ago, and it's just unrealistic."
Oh, you dropping some real jewels tonight. Okay, so I have a question.
Been in the game for a while.
I have a very important question, because one of the things that I'm noticing is that a lot of people are not hiring GCs for major renovations. They're having subs come in, and they're trying to, even though they have a full-time job, they're trying to GC the project, right?
They're trying to be cheap.
What did you say?
They're trying to be cheap.
Right. They're trying to be frugal and save some money.
Okay, frugal. Yeah, they're being frugal. Okay. We'll call it frugal tonight. Okay.
So, with that being said, one of the biggest problems they have is not having, I guess, what did you call them? Grade A type subs on
18
on their sites. And what's happening is they're paying the money up front. They're being talked to wrong. I can attest to, I mean, literally having to get a 2x4 and chase somebody up off the job site because, you know, the aggression, you know, or whatever. So why don't you tell, for the ones that really want to know, because this is important. It's not just about managing the job site, but it's about managing the people that you work with. Because if they don't respect you, and who knows where that comes from. If they don't respect you, they're going to do a horrible job for you. They'll walk off your job and go chase another job and come back
Mm-hmm.
to you 3 months later and let you sit there and pay interest on your project.
Right.
So why don't you say, I don't know, could you give advice to the person who is trying to manage a bunch of subs on how to go about it so that they don't get played?
Well, the first thing, don't pay nobody up front. That's number one. And we're talking about someone who wants to act as general contractor by, by managing the project process. Don't pay nobody up front. Definitely, if I was in that position and I'm dealing with subcontractors that I haven't done work with before, then I got to get references. Give me some clients, whether they're investors, whether they're homeowners that you worked for before, because I need to know how you act as a subcontractor, just like you're concerned with how I'm going to act as a contractor or general contractor. Because here's why that happens. Okay, Tracy, you call me and you're doing a renovation. You do one renovation every now and then, right? Let's say you just, and it happens more with people that are just getting started.
Yeah.
The subcontractor knows more than you as the investor / contractor.
Right.
They know that most experienced contractors are not paying them up front, but they'll come ask you, with the sob story and explain to you why they need some money up front. They ain't upset if you say no, but in those situations, a lot of beginners think they're creating loyalty by saying yes, and it never ends right. Your jobs get delayed, like you said before. They leave your job to go chase another job, and so A-team sub is not going to like the subs that I deal with. I might have to wait 3 weeks for a guy. When I call him, I try to call him, 2-3 weeks in advance. Hey, I'm gonna be ready for you to come over here and start framing in a couple of weeks. He might say, I got 2 houses ahead of you.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, I don't go try to find another framer. I wait.
You get on the schedule and you wait.
I wait.
And I think that's the right. I think that's the right thing, to get on the calendar and wait, because it's very professional. That's what you do in in an office building, in the corporate world. You get on the schedule and you keep, and they show up. They keep their appointments. That also speaks volumes.
Right. Because if you, now let's say that I don't want to wait and I call another guy. Now I'm not certain about what he's going to charge me. Mm-hmm. I'm not certain of his quality. I don't know if this is one of the guys that will come and start my job and then tie my job up, and by going to start 2 or 3 more jobs, to have 3 jobs tied up. And now he feel like he winning. And the worst time to find that out is after you didn't want to wait on the first guy, you call another guy, and now you can't get him on the phone. He show up the first day with 5 people, and you don't see 5 people on your job no more. A person or 2 here or there.
Wait, time out.
Go ahead.
Because now that's the truth. The first day they show up with a van of.
Oh yeah.
And then the next time you go to the job site, there's one guy standing in a 2,400 square foot house with a one little.
I done seen them pull up with their wives.
I swear.
And look, I'm standing on the curb like this, like, you know how your boy said in Menace to Society, you done messed up, don't you? I'm looking at them and I'm like, Lord have mercy, I'm in trouble. So,
and the mess that happens is once those people disappear and then your original person has to come behind. Do you go behind other contractors?
What I tell you the other day when we showed up in Durham, I said, that's a mess. I don't do messes. Because here's why it's a mess. By the time the original contractor either gets fired or quits or can't finish the job, he's been given some money.
Right.
Okay? So let's say the investor say, I got $10,000 in the budget for this task. I done gave him $4,000. Well, guess what? Not only did he not finish the task, but he started it incorrectly. So if we come in, we got to go back to square zero.
So it's extra work and less money.
Thank you. That's why I don't do messes. And what I say earlier, you cannot offer a deep enough discount to make the job go right.
Oh my God. I'll tell you right now, you hitting all of the points. I mean, you'd be surprised the conversations I've had over the past 2 weeks, and people weren't there. But the people that were in the conversations are probably going to watch this and go, oh my God, because again, we were talking about it from the perspective of the investor.
Right.
But somebody needed to sit down with a real GC and hear what's going on. Because you know, so when it comes to time to manage these people, so you don't pay them up front.
No.
And you make sure you check their references, correct?
Yes.
They should have references. If they've been working, they should have clients.
And the third thing, Tracy, go see some of their work.
Right, because pictures, let me tell you something. The truth, I've had people show me pictures. First of all, they point the camera in the angle where you only see the good part of the work that they did, right? Or they're showing you someone else's work, and there's no way that you would know they didn't do that work.
Look, I'm guilty of that. When I first started, my first brochure, them houses weren't my houses, but they look like the houses that I wanted to build. Now, what you see is what you get. Those are my houses, you know. So, but I knew back then that I'm gonna do what I say I'm gonna do. So, but you're very true when you say that some people, they'll show you pictures of some other people's work. And what I like to do, like I'll jump out on the job site and solicit subcontractors. So I'm watching their work. And I may sit in the car or in the truck for 10 or 15 minutes before I even get out and approach them.
Right.
I want to make sure, I want to see how everybody's working.
Right.
Are they keeping the job site clean? Are they working?
That's a big one.
Yeah. So there have been times I've been at a job scouting, and it's not like I'm just riding, going through my, normal day, and I see a job site and I'll stop. There have been times I've stayed there for 10 minutes and just drove off. I don't want their number. I keep going. And they don't know who I am or why I was sitting over there. Nothing. We don't even need to know each other.
Right. That's what that's, and it's just like, because when it's a relationship, these people that you're working with, they're dependent on you, you're dependent on them. It needs to be a win-win situation. We're
a team.
Right. And if someone is already showing you, like, it's like a first date scenario. I mean, if they see it scratching and doing something on the first date, that's it. You don't need to go no further. So it's like supporting them. You're looking at this as a long-term relationship. I want to see how you act when when you don't think anybody's watching you, because that's really the tell. What are they doing and everything like that? Do you put cameras at your job sites ever?
Nah, I haven't did that because I'm in a subdivision in Middlesex and they got a few cameras up. But I mean, because I'm dealing with my A-team. We're not stealing nothing. They're not stealing nothing from each other. My subcontractors know each other.
Right, because it's been years. They have a relationship.
Right. So if somebody leaves a drill, then the drywaller is gonna know it's probably the framer, or the painter is gonna know it's probably the drywaller or one of the mechanical trades, and they'll bring it to me. Hey, somebody left a drill, and then I'll call around and say, hey, anybody missing the drill? So, as far as cameras, and in today's market, there is a lot of material theft off of jobs, but the way we combat that is we try not to just have material sitting around.
Right, because it'll walk. We used to say it'll get legs and walk away. Like
Yeah.
especially things like light fixtures. The day they come in, there's the day they need to go up, because that's something you don't want light fixtures and to walk away. Things that anybody can take to any house and use it for them or resell it easily.
Right.
Those are the things that they're not going to really go take a 5-pound, 50-pound bag of concrete so fast as they would a light fixture or a faucet. And appliances,
The scoundrels, because by the time we're putting in the fixtures and finishes, we have lockbox on the doors.
Okay.
But when you're framing or before you get your windows and exterior doors on, nails, lumber, things of that nature, any tools, please don't leave no tools. But those things, you got people out here that, they just, I call them scoundrels. They jump in the game when it's a high time like now. Back in 05 and 08, well, about 08, 09, 10, it was really the more sound companies and individuals, because the scoundrels was off doing something else.
Right. I understand.
But they back now.
They back. They doesn't go long. They was just go ahead and taking a little vacation. I tell you, that is always you see it over and over. You live long enough, you will see the cycle. So
that's how a lot of investors get taken advantage of, because these scoundrel contractors are just taking money, not doing what they say they're gonna do. Right. Playing to show up on day one with 5 people and only bring back 1 or 2, doing those type of things. The investors, they don't know no better.
And there's no one to teach them. So what you did was, you can't teach the investors, but what you can't do and what you are doing is creating a team of really good, integrity-based general contractors that know their stuff and think professional and think team and think longevity and and so the entrepreneur mindset that you're also teaching them is carrying on out into the construction world, and it's so necessary, it's so needed. So now,
Tracy, what you would be surprised at is a lot of the participants that come to my class are entrepreneurs, realtors, investors, house flippers, women.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Girls.
Yeah.
I saw the pictures on Facebook. I saw your crew of women. I said, okay. That's what we talking about.
We're gonna be a mean team now. When we get everything in place, it's gonna be mean.
Good.
But it's a lot of people that have been subject to some of the blues that we're discussing and dealing with contractors, that they're like, you know what? Until this academy, there was nowhere for them to be other than what they are or what they were.
Right.
Investors, realtors, flippers. Now, with the opportunity to move the contractor out the way and become the contractor, they already understand real estate. It's a beautiful thing.
So is there a shortage of contractors?
Well, there's a 6 million shortage of houses in America. So the current group of contractors nationwide, we only build 1 million houses a year. So shortage of contractors, I would say so.
Right. Okay. So now we talked about the blues.
Okay.
And now I'm assuming that you're pink, and I'm sure that you're okay with calling your happy part, the happy portion of this conversation pink, because
Yeah.
pink is a beautiful color.
Yeah. That's fine.
Why don't you tell us about your pinks? Because somewhere along the line, you had to shake off all the blues and
Mm-hmm.
become the star that you are right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So why don't
Yes,
you tell
ma'am.
us about that experience?
Well, the most important thing that that I enjoy about being a general contractor is I get to assist and educate clients who either have been burned, would be burned, um, by the way I conduct business and the way I communicate with my clients about the process of what it is that I'm doing and what, how I do it. Some have been, like I've built houses for people. It was their second home. And so they would always be like, oh man, the first contractor, he didn't let me do this or he did that. And they see the difference in the way I do things. So that's really a big, plus and a big a big motivation. The second thing is, the controlling of one's destiny.
Mm,
You
that's a
know,
big one. And that's why a lot of people become entrepreneurs, because
yes.
somewhere inside of them, they need to do that.
Yes, yes. So being able to schedule our times, schedule, when I meet clients at jobs or when I meet clients at the office, and not really having to wake up and say, "Oh man, I'm late. I overslept. I'm supposed to be at the office at 8 o'clock. Boss is gonna be mad, or I'm gonna get, this is my third, late time being late in 2 weeks. Are they going to suspend me or fire me or whatever the case may be? That's another big, advantage and a big perk that I enjoy. It allows me to take care of my family.
Right.
It allows me, because I realized a long time ago that the key to life and the key to happiness in life is finding something you enjoy doing and something that you would do for free.
Oh, okay.
And then the key is figuring out how to make it afford you the lifestyle you want to live.
That's so awesome. That's such good advice. I mean, and a lot of people who are thinking about it, they needed to hear that, because I believe that when you think in concept like that, it helps put things in perspective so you can make better decisions. And that's
Right.
excellent.
Well, that's how you get through the blues. You gotta
Right.
love it because, and I tell anybody, if you getting into contracting for the money, don't do it. If you getting into trucking for the money, don't do it. Find something you enjoy doing. Find something that you will spend your time doing if nobody pays you, because that's something you can possibly become great at.
Right. That is
And
so good.
anytime you become great at something,
Right.
then you write your own checks.
And that's freedom.
Yes.
And it's also creating using your creativity, your I mean, and that, so when talking about that, I always say that entrepreneurship is a lifestyle, because people say, oh, it's business, it's not personal, but it's always personal when you're an entrepreneur, because if this doesn't go right, then my home's not taken care of. But
Right.
it's not just getting up, going to work, getting a check. I mean,
Right.
it is your physical well-being, your emotional well-being, your financial well-being. Be like you said, being happy, being joy. If you would still do it without getting paid, does it make you? These things, it's a mindset. It's
Right.
not just it's a lifestyle. It's not just, and I always tell people that, because now the era that we're in with social media, people are inventing and making money off of the craziest stuff. They're showing you that if you can think it, there's a way to make an income off of it. So
exactly right.
and so you're right. That's freedom. Oh my God. So I knew you were gonna be good. I knew it. I said it. Oh, I have to tell you my new catchphrase for my job sites, because you know that I have been through it. I'm trying to run the job sites. I'm good. I'm good now.
Right.
But I also know how to stay in my lane in my project management portion of it, and bring in a GC who's gonna tell me what way to go, which is why I call you, because you know, like you said, if you don't start right, it ain't gonna finish right, right? So it's calling you whatever. So you want to hear my new catchphrase that everybody is laughing about? Is when I go to the job site and I get someone that's less than an A, then I go over to them and I was like, I'll just say, you're fired. And I say that I'm gonna fire that ass and fire that ass. And that's the new thing. If they're not doing you right, if they're asking for money, if they can't provide references, fire that ass. And
that's right.
And there's nothing wrong with it. Don't feel bad. There is someone out there that will take their place that's going to do right by you.
That's right.
Chris, you're on Facebook, right? You have your information on Facebook, and I'll make sure I put a post on how people can contact you so that they can talk to you further about if they want to get their GC license.
Okay. Yeah, we on Facebook, we on Instagram, we on YouTube, we on TikTok, we on all the social media platforms. We will be having a seminar in Raleigh on January 22nd at the North Raleigh Hilton. We're looking to have because right now we have a class of 17 that will be preparing. We're about to start ordering their test books. Come January, they'll be signing up to take the test. So around March, April, we'll be looking to start another class session in Raleigh, North Carolina. We're doing a seminar in Greensboro, North Carolina on January the 29th. Right now we're currently on our GC Academy tour, the Pew Builders GC Academy tour. That's 3 states in South Carolina, 3 states in North Carolina, 4 states in Tennessee.
Okay, and you're gonna post all this information on Facebook, and so people will be able to follow. Okay, and I'll make sure that they have that. So I waited to the end in case we have to edit this out, because now I do want to ask you a personal question. Well, I want to make a statement in the comments. So if we have to edit this part out, it's fine. Okay. But I'm looking at you, right? Because you're 50, right?
Yeah.
And I'm looking, first of all, you're doing 50 a good justice. Thank you.
Okay.
So you're welcome.
You're welcome. Well, look, my wife and I have 15 grandkids, and they keep me dipped out. They keep me up on it. So, I can't even take all that credit. I'm a good listener.
Oh, good. Well, that's important. But I guess I want to talk to you about your vibe, your swag, the way you stay true to yourself.
Okay.
And are still conducting business and still evolving and still walking into the boardroom and making deals and still working with banks and making deals. Can you just, because I want people to understand that. I want them to understand how you move, what you're doing, the statement that you're making by just being yourself. And I know that you're very aware of it, because you definitely are an intelligent person and you're quick. So elaborate on that for me, because you look more like, I don't know, you should be in entertainment or something like that, as opposed to, construction. And
Right.
it's the truth. But you know your stuff. You know
Right.
your stuff. So go ahead and elaborate on that, because I want people to learn how to be their authentic self. I do not want people dumbing down or changing how they move
Right.
just to make the deals. So.
Right. Well, like you said, Tracy, it's all about knowing your stuff. Okay. I tried I used to wear the construction attire, as I was learning the game and I was more hands-on. But I'm really at a point in my life where, I gotta be comfortable, the clothes that I wear and the way that I present myself, they just clothes and they just, I could be, you know, I could be a high vibration individual or a low vibration individual. The clothes don't really have any effect on that vibration, but it's this is how I'm comfortable.
Right.
And and I just try to be an example to show folks that you don't have to put on the shiny suits. You don't have to, I still, like you said, I still go into those banks, in those offices, in those boardrooms, dressed the way I'm dressed right now. Because me, I put on the suits and the blazers. The banks didn't give me no money. They didn't give me one loan because I had on a blue blazer.
So this is true. I have to laugh because it's so true, because it don't mean nothing. What matters has absolutely nothing to do with that.
The banks didn't start, dealing with me and trusting me until I could prove I knew what I was doing.
Right.
And one thing I want, our community to understand is that if folks can make money with you, they don't care what you wear. As long as they getting their return on investment, as long as the money's coming back, I could care less what you decide to put on when you leave your house in the morning.
That's it.
So I listen to my grandkids, I try to,
Do they help you? They help you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They keep me drip.
Yeah, that's it. Drip.
Yeah, that's the word.
That's the word. That is the word. Okay, everybody. So I had such a good time talking to you, Chris.
Likewise.
Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you.
And helping me and supporting me in my new venture, Entrepreneur Pinks and Blues. I do appreciate it. I will do everything I can to channel any kind of inquiries and everything back to you so that you can respond to them. And hopefully it'll have some type of impact on how many people are interested in seeing what your academy is about and hiring you to build houses and growing your business even more. So I appreciate this. And I don't know, guys, I had a great time. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. And I will talk to you guys. No, next week actually is Thanksgiving. There will not be a show. So it'll be the week after next. So enjoy your Thanksgiving, everybody. Bye.
Thank you, Tracy.
You're welcome. Did you have